everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name's Elizabeth, and today we're going to be learning how to read a chord diagram. In my last video, we learned how to play Silent Night together. If you want to check that out, you can click right up here. I realized that some of you may just be learning how to play guitar, and so you wouldn't know how to read the chord diagrams that I provided in that video. Whether this is your first time learning how to read a chord diagram, or you're just looking for a refresher video, you've come to the right place. So let's just jump right into it. What does a chord diagram even look like? Most chord diagrams will look something very similar to this. Each separate part of the diagram relays information to us. Let's break down what each part of this diagram means. Before we get into the letters and numbers on here, let's take a look at the blank diagram. Starting at the very top, we have a thick black line, which represents the nut of your instrument. If you need a quick refresher of all the parts of a guitar, click on the eye icon at the top of this video. The horizontal lines on the diagram, the ones going from left to right, represent the different frets on your instrument. This first set of boxes is our first fret. The second row is our second fret, and so on and so on. The vertical lines on the diagram, the ones going from the top to the bottom, act as our 6 guitar strings. The line all the way to the left is our low E string, and following in order from left to right, we have A, D, G, B, and our high E string furthest right. Now that we have an understanding of what the blank diagram means, let's move on to one that is filled in. As we see with this image, there are numbers on the bottom of the chord diagram. These numbers indicate which finger we are going to be using. Each finger on your hand is numbered. Starting with your index finger, or as I call it, your pointer finger, is number 1. The middle finger is number 2 on our diagram. Your ring finger is number 3, and your pinky finger is number 4. You typically won't use your thumb to play chords, but occasionally you will see it as an uppercase T instead of a number. Moving up on our diagram, we see these black dots. These indicate which string to press down on, which finger to use to press down on that string, and which fret to place that finger on. They are the guiding points that we follow. Now, if we look above the nut on our diagram, we can see a letter. That is the name of our chord. Sometimes we see letters like these, with a small m, which means it's a minor chord. So we would read this as an E minor chord. SUS means suspended, so we would read this as an A suspended chord. And this symbol that looks like a lowercase b, we would read as a flat, so this chord we call B flat. Right below our chord identifier, we see some X's and O's above certain strings. The O's tell us to play these strings open, meaning we strum them without pressing on any fret. The X's let us know which strings not to strum while we are playing that chord. So now, let's take another look at our chord and try to read it together. We see right at the top that this is a C chord. We see that our first finger goes on the B string on the first fret. Our second finger goes on the D string on the second fret, and our third finger goes on the A string on the third fret. At the top, we see that we don't strum our low E string and play our G and high E strings open. We've already covered so much today, and I'm so proud you've made it this far. Now, just 2 quick other symbols we'll discuss, and we'll be all done. Now we see something we haven't before when we look at this F chord. There's a thick black line that goes across all 6 strings. With this technique, your finger acts as a capo as you push down on all 6 strings at once. This is known as a bar chord. They can also be drawn as a curved line above the chord diagram. As you grow and start to learn more and more, you will come across chords with notes above the 5th fret. This E flat minor chord diagram has a symbol to the right that says 6FR. This is to tell you that it is on the 6th fret. This would mean that the frets underneath it are the 7th fret and the 8th fret, and so on and so on. Occasionally, you will see just a number written along the side of the diagram, or it may be written in Roman numerals to indicate where the starting fret is. We've learned a lot today, and now you know how to read a chord diagram. If you enjoyed this video, remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to learn how to play guitar or ukulele, go to my website and book your first lesson today. If you want, you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Lessons by Elizabeth. Links in the description down below. And hey, I post every Friday, so I'll see you next week. Bye!